Hello, cooperators and corroborators. This is John Felix with Fnatics Road to Gold number 10. Semifinals. EU versus Korea. The number 2 region in the world right now against what's considered to be the best region in the world. Europe. Anyway, to start off, I would like to just give some friendly advice to all League of Legends summoners. Check out the LOLHistory App, a great lookup app for other summoners for match history, your own match history, a great way to share your game stats and stuff like that. I use it a bunch. It's for Android and iOS. There's a completely free version that is completely free of ads and annoying stuff like that. So yeah, real class act. Do check it out. Now let's head into the topic at hand here. Fnatic and their road to gold. They beat EDG. Once again, I told y'all they'd do it, and they did so quite convincingly. We did see a matchup where Fnatic played better on every position and on a team level as well. Fnatic played more together and much better macro decision making, and yeah, it was really nice to see. And we're gonna keep coming back to this guy Febben. He keeps playing extraordinarily well in this world championship, and I don't expect him to stop. He is improving at such a rapid pace, and the improvements don't seem to stop. There is a lot of potential in this guy. This is looking to be one of the best mid laners we have produced in Europe. So that's really fun to see him really hitting it right now. He's in top form. So yeah, let's not spend too much time talking about EDG. Maybe we can mention some things while talking about the semifinals matchup, if there's anything relevant, but let's just get right into the match at hand. Tomorrow, Sunday the 25th, it's Fnatic versus Tigers. And I don't remember exactly how long it's been, but it's been very long since a European team beat a Korean team in a best of 5. Apparently, maybe Origin can change that today against SKT. That would be cool. That would be so cool. Oh, I would so love an all-European finals of the World Championship, but it's going to be hard for Origin. It's going to be really hard. But looking at Fnatic's matchup against Tigers, I'm just going to do the same thing as last video. I like doing that. We're going to go over the lane matchups, lane for lane, like you see down here or over here, and we're gonna go from the bottom and up once again. And so let's start off by talking about the support roles. It's Yellowstar versus Gorilla, and Gorilla is mentioned by experts and analysts as one of the best support players in the world, and I haven't looked at that much of the LCK to be able to say that he is or he isn't, but one of the top support players in the world apparently. So this is an interesting matchup against Yellowstar. Maybe he's more mechanically skilled than Yellowstar as a player, but once again, Yellowstar is a brilliant mind when it comes to League of Legends, and one of the most important players on Fnatic's roster, as always, due to his decision making. And we see Fnatic's ability to both take command of a game and keep pushing on a lead, and a great ability to play from behind, and a lot of that comes from the in-game decision making. And time again, Fnatic and Yellowstar have shown that this guy knows how to lead a team, and his team around him knows how yeah, they know how he leads and how they're supposed to follow. And that's just such a key factor in having a team functioning well. And Fnatic is really functioning well with this roster. So Gorilla, though, it's going to be exciting to see Gorilla, and we can move up to the AD carry position because him together with Prey is an extremely dangerous bot lane. Prey on that Ashe. We see Prey going to that Ashe a lot and be kind of the primary engage of that team. His Ashe arrow is very often the start of fights. And he plays Ashe really well. Skill shots extremely well. And that's interesting because we saw against EDG, we saw Reckless and Yellowstar face a bottom lane with Deft in it, where they have their main carry on the team. Prey isn't always necessarily the main carry of the team, but the primary engage in fights. So a really key player of Cool Tigers here in the bottom lane in this matchup. And we know Reckless, as usual, might look for that more utility-oriented ADC to be a big factor in team fights in that way, to help set up carries like Febiven and who need to just deal tons of damage. So that will be an extremely interesting matchup. But I have faith in my Fnatic boys, and as always, winning lane for Fnatic, winning bottom lane early on isn't always the most important thing for Fnatic. It's not a key win condition to get the bottom lane really rolling early. So it's going to be really interesting to see these two bottom lanes when they group up with the rest of the team, because that's when we really see Prey do work, and that's when we really see Reckless and Yellowstar do their work as well, when we get grouped up in 5 versus 5 team fights. So I'm really looking forward to that matchup when they get out of the laning phase. Febiven versus Kuro. Kuro did play very well against KT. He was a big factor in the damage dealing, played well in lanes, just seemed overall just good, like a good player. However, he is facing Febiven, who I think is one of the absolutely best mid laners of this World Championship. I think he's one of the best players of this World Championship so far, really. I mean, if he goes all the way to the finals and win it, this could be MVP for the entire tournament, really, according to me. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe. I'm not saying I'm not, but regardless, Febiven, he is playing really well. I don't see any mid laner in this tournament, actually, that Febiven wouldn't be able to hold his own against. And if we once again look back to MSI, we know that he can handle himself against the likes of Faker. And Kuro has not been stepping up to an insane kind of level where I would start to worry for Febiven at all. And Febiven, he has not given me any signs of inconsistency or something to give me reason to worry about Febiven's performance either. I mean, once again, when Fnatic did perform so-and-so in week 1 of groups, the one consistent positive for Fnatic was Febiven. So even when things looked a bit shaky for the team, Febiven, he's just been bringing it the entire tournament. I expect him to keep doing it and pretty much win the lane and keep being one of our main carries in this series. And then looking to the jungle, we have Reignover versus Hujin. In the Cool versus KT Rolster quarterfinals, I'd say that Cool won pretty much every lane in every game that they won, except the jungle. I think Score had the upper hand in that Cool and KT jungle matchup throughout the entire series, actually. And hopefully Reignover can capitalize on that. Now we have Gragas disabled, so Elise might become a perma-ban, maybe, just to see which other team can handle diving deeper into the champion pool better than the other. And here I have faith in Reignover. People, like I've said this in pretty much every video now, but people have been giving Reignover some shit, and part of that is due to his champion pool, but I mean, he can do really good work on that Rek'Sai. He can do really good work on the Olaf. If he gets his hands on Elise, we all know what he can do. And considering that we have the GP and Mordekaiser bans here, I don't think there's any way that Reignover could be banned out of a position where he can really do some damage. And if Hujin has a performance like he did against KT, I think we actually have a pretty favorable jungle matchup here in Reignover versus Hujin. So hopefully that's the case for us Fnatic fans. And I think so. I really do. And then we get up to the top lane. The oh so important top lane. Huni versus Smeb. This is like the featured matchup in this game. Like Huni versus Smeb, two major players for both their teams. Smeb really killed it in the quarterfinals. He was great. His Fiora was awesome through and through. And he got it every game. All 4 games, I think he played Fiora. Way to ban KT. And he faces Huni, who I think is pretty much like him. Smeb went up against Sunday, who we thought wasn't really able to either play against Fiora or play Fiora himself. Huni, we know, can play Fiora. He can play Riven, who is very similar to Fiora in her strengths. So this will be an extremely interesting matchup. I mean, these are two top-tier top laners in the world, really. And I can't say who's the stronger player, really. We know that when Huni is at his best, he is one of the best top laners in the world, and we know that we can say the same thing about Smeb. So I think tomorrow's game will be the way for us to be able to separate these two top laners, because going in, yeah, this is gonna be tough. Top lane is gonna be really interesting, and yeah. So I think we're going to see drafts, or I hope we're going to see drafts where the coaching staffs and the team has really looked upon this matchup and noticed the importance of it. How do we pick and ban to make sure that our top laner gets an edge against his very equal counterpart? Do we take away a Fiora? Or do we trust Huni to have a counter to the Fiora? Do we pick away the Fiora? Do we come in with something brand new once again? We'll see. It's going to be a great game for sure. I think that Fnatic is going to win it. I think it's going to be way harder than EDG. Way harder than EDG. I think KU is performing at a much higher level. They're really... I mean, EDG wasn't really playing to the level that we expected, and a part of that is because Fnatic played extraordinarily well, and a part of that is because they weren't communicating and decision making as they should be. KU is communicating and decision making as they should be. They have really good vision, really good team communication. They're very good at engaging and following up in team fights. Fnatic have really good communication and decision making, and they're good at fighting as a team as well. I do think that Fnatic, if we're going to look at some weaknesses for Fnatic in this matchup, that they have not displayed the same vision control that KU has. KU are really working well with vision. Fnatic is also working well with vision, but not as well as the KU Tigers. So hopefully that won't bite us in the ass all too hard. And it has been said in Ku's favor that they are really well at playing from a disadvantage, which EDG wasn't at all. One thing we know about Fnatic though is that they are very well at playing from a disadvantage as well. So these are two teams that probably aren't just gonna roll over after their opponent having a good early game, you know. If Ku has a really good early game, we can't count Fnatic out, and the same goes the other way around. If Fnatic really plays that good coordinated early game that we're used to seeing from them, it's not smooth sailings all the way to the Nexus, because we know that Ku has a tendency to climb back into games and into series as well. So a difficult matchup. I'm hoping Fnatic takes it 3-1. They maybe they have to go all the way to 5 games. I hope not. It would be good to come into the finals with some confidence. But you know, winning a best of 5, going all 5 games, and really in the end having the fortitude to beat a team like Ku, that's also a big boost. But you know, if you get to choose between 3-1 and 3-2, it's an obvious choice, really. Yeah, I think that about wraps it up. I'm super excited to see Origin versus SKT today. If Origin can pull some tricks out their sleeves, EU power, euphoria, you know. But it's going to be very hard for Origin, and then tomorrow is the big day. The day before the day before the day or something. It's our last stop before the finals. So, very excited indeed, very hopeful, and quite optimistic as always, because you know, Fnatic rules. I've said it since the beginning of the summer split that this is our year, and I stand by that. And I think for every game that Fnatic plays during this championship, I get more and more confident in my opinion that this is one of the best teams in the world, without question. And I think they have what it takes to go all the way. I really do. And 2 stops left. Semis. And then the finals. So yeah. So, like I always say, if you enjoy the video, please like it, subscribe to the channel, all of that. Connect with us through Twitter or in the comments below. It would be really fun to see what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Have at me, whatever you think. And like I said in the beginning, do check out the LOLHistory app. I think you'll enjoy it if you play League of Legends. I know I do. Great app, super cool developers who really stay in touch with us users and constantly work to improve and just get our opinions on things. So it's a fun app to use. It really is. And yeah. Go Fnatic, FNC win, and I'll see you in the next episode. Right? Bye. Peace out, gamers.